Audi S5 V8 is a sports coupe with a 4.2-litre FSI V8 engine that produces 354 brake horsepower and 324 Newton-meters of torque. It weighs in at around 1,640 kilos and can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds with a 6-speed manual gearbox. The S5 has a top limited speed of 155 miles per hour.
I'll take over from here. The S5 has a quattro 4-wheel drive system that splits the power between 40 on the front and 60 on the rear. It also has dynamic modifications like stiffened suspension, uprated brakes and 19-inch alloy wheels. My Audi S5 comes with a white exterior and has a red leather interior. If you looked at the previous episode, you will learn that this Audi S5 cannot be driven because, as you can see, it has been involved in a nasty accident. In the previous episode, we had to cut the bonnet open because that couldn't be open and also strip the front end off due to the damage reaching all the way to the engine block. I'm back.
Now, I know it's been a while, just a tiny bit, just maybe about 5 weeks, I think. But yes, I was having that issue with my tools being stolen. Yes, I did get robbed and it was my mistake, but I've kind of recovered. I've recovered. And just as I was about to start, it started raining. Lovely. Nice. So I managed to recuperate and this thing is being locked. It's being locked. I mean, it was locked to begin with. It was just hacked. The car got hacked into. How could like every time I think about it, I can't think about it. It's like bittersweet. Tools got robbed, but I got new tools now. Now it's been a while. I have covered it up for a little while and a little bit of mold has started on the inside because one of the issues that I'm having is that for some reason this window decided to go all the way down and never come back up. I got to open up the door card and just investigate what's going on with that window because it was working. The window actuator might be broken. I'm not going to focus on that right now. My focus is on the front end. Now, if I can get this car rolling, working, driving, then all the cosmetic stuff can come last. So, as you can see, I got a brand new radiator. I got a whole new crash bar. Well, it's second-hand crash bar. You can see it's a bit rusty, but I noticed one of these pressure hoses, the screw has been snapped inside of it, and I tried to dig that out off camera, and I've rounded the threads inside. So a little bit off camera, I have been doing some splicing, some crimping. Once that's out of the way, I can get the front crash bar on. Then I can get the radiator on, and I got the fans. That didn't get taken from the car. Weird thing is, people are specifically after my tools. That was left in the car. All the bits for the Audi was left in the car. Even a headlight for the Audi, which is not cheap, that was left in the Range Rover as well. So whoever came at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, missed out on a lot. This weather is not lightening up. And I hope it passes because I want to get this car. It's been a while and I want to get this car back on the road, or at least drivable. And it hasn't, it doesn't sound like it's been letting up as well. All right, I'm gonna check the weather app. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
This weather is annoying. It's making my nose run. It's not going to let up until 5. The time is 3. I'm gonna crack on. I'm gonna smash through it. Little bit of rain. I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. But the rain doesn't stop me.
Because it has been a little while, I'm just gonna clear up and prepare the area where I'm working. But Mother Nature was doing her best to deter me.
It's not letting up. I'm getting soaked. I'm gonna have to pause this and for you guys, I'll see you on the next cutscene. All right. Sunny skies, same day. let's continue. Let's start with the first thing on my list. Intercooler. Very nice. Nice. Now, I forgot how to put this thing on because it has been so long, but just like how I do everything else on this channel, just gonna learn as I go along. And I'll see the end result and see what corrections it needs. But yes, let's get this on the intercooler. Now, this may seem easy to some, but I'm not some, I'm Shiloh. And Shiloh only knows one thing on this channel, and that's to improvise. And that's how I work on this channel. Now, I can't remember. I need to go back on the video. I think I took this off last. No, I don't. Oh wow, I've got to see if I have these. These fit into the groove, I believe. You've got two little pegs here. I believe they fit into there, so I'm gonna find those and I'm going to fit them. But that is almost there. So there's something that I found when I was putting together that intercooler. As far as I was aware, that this is an AC condenser and that there was no damage. But on further inspection, I managed to see a bent up pipe, and I'm not gonna risk that. I don't want that to eventually go, or if there was a small nick in it, or if there's a small hole in it, you just never know. So I'm just not gonna take that chance. Let's get this AC condenser off. I did test the air. This is where it all goes. I did try and blow the hose, and obviously I'm not a professional and you're not really meant to do it, but I pushed the hose, I pushed the little pin in there, and there's no air in there whatsoever. It could have been that, could have been the dent. So just gonna get the whole thing replaced, repaired, and yeah, that should be a whole new front end. And I want to get this car driving by the end of this episode. I've crimped these together, and all I have to do is put my heat gun over the top of them just to shrink these, because it is a heat shrink at the same time. Let me get the ball rolling on this front end.
AC condenser disconnected.
Look at that, it's like a banana. Look at that. Now I put these in just to hold the oil so it doesn't leak out everywhere. Just punch the car. Oh. Hey, don't want to do it again. Oh. I believe that might be power steering cooler. Oh shoot, forgot it's got oil in it. There is a bracket here that is broken, but I don't think it's not a bad thing. Because a lot of things did get stolen from the Range Rover, it turns out from the front slam panel on the Audi A5, some of the parts were stored inside the Range, and it looks like they were after metal. Well, they also took these. Now these go onto the chassis legs before the slam panel, and I couldn't find these anywhere, so I had to go all the way to Sittingborough to go and collect a brand new frame for an Audi A5 when I only just needed this part here. So this is the second one that I bought to replace my broken one, which sits over there, but it looks really rusty. It didn't come with the brackets like I showed you earlier. By the way, this was expensive and I know I got ripped off. This one was really dirt cheap, and it looks even newer than that one, so it's a no-brainer. I'm not going to use this one, I'm going to use this one. They're both off an A5. This also fits an A4, so I'm just going to use the newer one. Just removing the AC condenser hose that I showed you earlier. Yeah, bolt came out fresh, no snaps. Old one out. Oh no, this one looks a bit different. This is off an A5, this is off the S5, and you can see the ends are different, and the way the pipe is bent is different. I'm gonna try and bend this in a way where it will fit. I've got a bunch of hoses in my way as well, which is not ideal. Look at the difference in that. So I've got to try and bend this the same weight, so it's like that. That means I'm gonna have to manipulate this quite a lot. So I just had to leave it, that pipe there, I just had to leave it because I bought the incorrect part. This one is for an A5, and obviously I need an S5 version. I thought they were the same. Add to the pile. So I'll come back to that on a later date. So before I attempt any installation on this car, I'm just going to make sure the slam panel, which is the main piece that holds the red pack up, lines up with all the bolts and there's no bends, no joints, nothing is in the way. I make sure everything is all set up and ready on this slam panel, so when it comes to installation, it will be easy. But before I bolt it onto the car, I just need to make sure the manifold sensor wiring is all secure, all heat shrink and all taped up. Obviously being careful not to add too much heat, don't want to burn through the cable. And after that, just make sure everything is all secure and tidied up, ready for the slam panel. So after using my heat gun to shrink those heat shrinks there, I put the slam panel back on, and I also reconnected the intercooler. I also found these little rubber bushes on the old intercooler, and I've just quickly put them on there. I've just connected also the fan. If you can see those two little connectors there, I connected the fan. At this current stage, it can hold coolant, I believe. Let me see if it can hold coolant. So just for now, oops, I am gonna put water. So if the coolant does go anywhere, I haven't wasted a whole bottle of coolant, because it's not cheap. Hello. Oh, something's overflowing. I think that's the overflow pipe, which usually connects onto this thing. It reconnects back to this. So I believe this goes, I forgot how it runs, but I believe this goes back here. That's the reason why for the water. So that is gonna have to be reconnected to that, but I broke it, annoyingly. So there's even more things I need to purchase. But that means everything from here is filled up. It's filled up through here, and it's just overflowing out of this, that's all. Okay, for just to do a few tests, I've stretched this hose. I've just done a little off-cut of my garden hose, and I've stretched it over that hole, and I'm gonna connect it to this. This then feeds back into the coolant tank, and after that I'm going to connect my power steering radiator, just so when I turn the key it doesn't start spewing out, because I believe there is a pump. The power steering is obviously connected to a pump. It will start spewing out oil from this tank here, so I'd rather not that happen, and I'll just connect this up with my Jubilee clips. I'm on the right path, so this is one milestone that I want to get out of the way. So like what you heard earlier, I'm going to attach my garden hose to my coolant system and tighten all my loose ends, because if I don't, it might chuck a bit of oil out, which I don't want. It's the moment of truth. I don't know what's gonna leak. Something might burst. I'll speak positively. This will be a success. There will be no leaks. The coolant will be at the right temperature. Everything will be perfect. And then the car is good and it can run and drive. Just doesn't have AC at the moment. But the car wouldn't start. No matter how hard I tried, it just kept on dying on me. I don't know why, but it sounds like something is rubbing. So I'm just gonna double check. Round 2. Maybe if I thought to crank it and give it a few more turns, it might push past it and run. But it just wouldn't hold. Just loses all power. That whine. I found the issue. power steering. So in this reservoir is for the power steering, and it's completely empty. Yeah, power steering fluid. Let's try that. Now, I know I look different and the car is running. It's been a few weeks, no, let me correct that. It's been a few months from the last scene. Basically, my life got busy and I couldn't work on the car. The council has gotten in touch with me saying that they're going to remove the cars in a few days, in about 6 days. I quickly got the car going, put all the new parts. I bought new parts, I bought everything is brand new. The car is ticking fine, the coolant is up to temperature. The dashboard is lit up like a Christmas tree, but you can see the coolant in the corner. It's going to reach 90. When it reaches 90, I'm going to see if the fan works okay. And then we've got to sort out all these other faults. Most likely we have to clear them. It could be old faults that are on the system. This car sounds absolutely amazing. Now, just before I filmed this, I did notice the car wasn't idling right. It kept on dropping down until it cut out eventually. But I just kept on trying it and let it tick. Oh, is that the fan? Let's go and see. Is that the fan? Is that the fan? Oh yeah! I got a new hose. I got a new AC condenser. Got a new power steering cooling condenser, whatever it is. Obviously I've got the new intercooler. Instead of putting water, I put coolant, and in the power steering pump fluid, I put the actual power steering fluid. Well, that's what it's meant to do anyway. But listen to this. Now I can focus on the front end. So, the car is drivable. After months and months of making this video, this is only episode 2, bearing in mind. The Audi S5 is not roadworthy, but it is drivable, which I'm happy for. I'm going to leave the video here, so like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Right, let me have a chat with you. I don't really like having these chats with you lot, but this is just to help you understand why I've been away. I apologise for not being consistent. I would love to be consistent. I was in the beginning. All these videos are kind of been pre-recorded, pre-edited, and they're ready to fire away. I was just waiting for a certain time to fire them. These are still up to date. I've become a lot busier. There's been a high demand in my work. For those of you who don't know, I do work for Openreach, and there's been a lot of contract shifts, a lot of meetings, a lot of updates in my work. So money has shifted a little bit, and also the area that I live in has also changed its sort of dynamic on parking and ownership, or not really so much as ownership. You did hear me say something about the council. It's not the council, it's the company that owns this land. Long story short, when I moved here, there was an original housing officer that used to look after the land, get all the trees cut, fences fixed, whatnot that needs doing, parking really wasn't an issue. And then I think he was an older guy, so he's retired now. And then here comes a new housing officer. Now the new housing officer, not gonna lie, has been a bit of a pain. All my cars, regardless of MOT and tax, have to be removed from this car park according to the new housing officer. Now, last year November, this car park has gone from a permit free to now a permit holders only car park. Now, you had to go onto an app to sort out permits and get everything booked, so you won't get prosecuted for it. Now, I've managed to permit the Audi into this address. I didn't try no funny business. I just done everything as it was said on the paper. I managed to permit the Audi, managed to permit the Mini Cooper, I managed to permit the Range Rover, but I didn't see a point of permitting the van because I'm out during the day. When they do their frequent checks, I'm not home. So yeah, regardless of MOT or tax, it doesn't matter, apparently. I have to remove all my cars from this car park, and yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. I got all of them permitted, and all of them are taxed, all of them are MOT apart from the Audi. I've now moved that to a secure location. It's outside the car park. But it's just, I'm baffled. So I'm being attacked for no reason. Someone's got to please their bosses, isn't it? Now I can't remember how many there are, but I think there's about 36 flats. These houses here, you've got 1 bedroom, you've got 2 bedroom. People are only allowed 1 car per household. I've counted the car spaces. There's something like between 40 and 50 car spots. So why is it only 1 car? And not every person drives, that's the thing. This is what I'm getting at. Midday, this car park only has 2 cars in it. At night, it's probably got about 30 cars. See, this is why I have to have camera up, because noises like that. So why is it 1 car per household when you got 50 car spots and only 36 flats? Make it make sense. All my cars are now being forced to move. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that one. Also, there's another thing I found out. There seems to be a little there's a chat box somewhere. I know who it is. I'm not going to disclose any information on that. But yes, it's just people who don't want to mind their business. I am looking for a garage, but that also seems hard because it made me realise that how many people don't really like automotive or any repair work being done in the garage. Juggling that and this is a bit difficult. I enjoy doing this and I don't really want to stop, but there'll be times where a few months off, a few months back in. I'm not trying to do that, but it's leaning towards that way, so stand by. That's all I can say. Stand by, and I will keep dishing out. No matter, I could be on the street, I will dish out videos without fail. As long as I have internet, I have uploads. As long as I have my laptop, I have editing software. Can't stop me, but it's just that I have to juggle, and I'm just learning how to juggle. Just different things that are happening in my life. I'm just juggling each one of them. I also got other YouTube channels that I want to provide content for, so I'm sorting out a few people with that as well, to help me with the uploads and editing and stuff like that. Yeah, life's busy. I'm happy and busy, but I just want to keep consistent with you guys, and I apologise for not being so. But I will be back. I will be back with top quality videos. I make sure my videos are top quality, if I say so myself. I appreciate all your support, all the likes, all the comments. I even have word of mouth people coming up to me saying, when is the next video being out? It warms my heart when people say that, because I'm like, okay, you actually genuinely care, you want to know. Yeah, so like and subscribe, comment down below, share this video. But yeah, catch you later on the next one.